Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in the Bismarck B. And we're on two brothers. Unfortunately we didn't spawn mid, but we're going to get into a fight that I think you guys are going to enjoy. This one goes out to all you German fanboys out there who absolutely love the Bismarck. You guys are going to thoroughly enjoy this fight, I promise. Because this match shows everything that is good about the Bismarck. Wait, what? Did Spartan just say there's something good about the Bismarck? Yes, I did. You're okay. Believe it or not. I don't hate the ship, despite what everybody thinks. Like, don't get me wrong. I think that there are a lot of better ships out there, but I don't hate the Bismarck. I just like to troll you guys by saying that the Bismarck is trash because it gets you guys to click on the video. Just to leave hate comments, I don't care. But thank you guys so much. And don't forget, we are on the path to 50,000 subscribers. So if you enjoy the Bismarck, and you like matches like this, where I just go out here and prove myself wrong all the time, then punch that subscribe button. Be a part of our path to 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Let's make it happen. Alright, now, this match is going to be the quintessential World of Warships Legends hold your side. But there's going to be a caveat. Alright, this is going to showcase how you can use your ship and use the terrain to your advantage to hold off superior amounts of firepower. And do it solo, because nobody's going to help us. I say nobody, that's a little bit of a stretch. There is one person here, I believe it's a Cleveland behind us, who is actually going to try to help us at different points during the match. But overall, his effect on my particular side of the map was limited at best. But you might notice that our freaking A-Gear has decided he wants to YOLO out into the middle of nowhere and just be broadside to God and everybody. And of course that means that he's just, it's not long for this world. Let's just put it that way. So, as quickly as I like how he's activating sonar. There ain't nobody around the man. Nobody. The destroyer's not here, and you'll see why in a moment, but there's nobody anywhere near us. The only person that lit him up was an Odin that's 10 kilometers away. Odin only has 6-kilometer torpedoes, so why are you activating sonar? Nobody knows. I do worry about people sometimes. But, yeah, we commit to coming out here, and of course, as soon as we commit, the A-Gear's dead. And the Cleveland's already trying to run away. So at this point, I'm in trouble. Right? If Cleveland's running, and we have nobody else here, and we know there's an Iowa, and a Buffalo, and an Odin, we're in trouble. I'm not so much afraid of the Odin unless he decides to YOLO rush us. The Buffalo can absolutely be a problem for us because we've already shown what American heavy cruisers can do to a Bismarck. It's pretty embarrassing to a Bismarck. And then, of course, the Iowa. We all know what the Iowa's capable of. But here, we have the Buffalo over-angled, and I am absolutely salivating. We fire the first set at him. We're going to get one Citadel here. And then we try to get the other two guns on target. You'll notice that I have the ability to fire this last gun, supposedly. But it won't fire. It's not firing. It refuses to fire. Don't ask me why. I'm going to assume it's some sort of turret bug where it shows that it's got the ability to fire, but it's actually not got the ability to fire. That's just my guess. But, yeah. I can't sit here and let a Buffalo, Iowa, and Odin all beat up on me, right? So what do we always say? We want to hold our side at all costs, right? We want to try to defend our flank as best we can. We can't allow them to get crossfires on our whole team because the team will just collapse at that point. So we have no choice. And honestly, we're in one of the better ships to do this. Other than, like, the not-so-good turret angles, obviously. The Bismarck is very tanky. It's got lots of heals, got good secondaries, as long as you're somewhat close. At range, they tend to miss a lot, but when you're up close, they tend to do some damage, set some fires. Either way, I'm expecting a full-bore Zerg rush from this Iowa, Odin, and Buffalo. I'm expecting. So we're going to get turned around and get ourselves in a position to kite away as needed. We're also going to start to rotate the guns to the right side of the ship. Now, what we want to do here, use the island to our advantage, right? We want to back out, get ourselves into a position where we can potentially spot these guys. And you'll notice that they're going to start firing over the top of the island because our teammates are spotted, and so they can shoot over the top of the island. We can't let them do that. We can't let them just sit there and have that terrain advantage and have those crossfires on our teammates. That is not being a very good teammate, right? We got to eliminate those crossfires. We talk about creating crossfires all the time. Sometimes you have to stop the crossfire, and in this situation, that's going to be our job. Now, here you can see we see shells coming in. Didn't get anybody spotted here. You will see that I start to pull forward. There is a buffalo that's out deep, and the Odin is a little bit closer. So we are going to pull forward, see if we can't get somebody spotted. Sure enough, we get the Odin spotted. We're going to aim a little bit high here. Probably aimed a little low, honestly. But I just wanted to get as many shells on target as possible. We get a couple of hits, not a lot of damage. Buffalo is out there. We're angled relatively well here. Most of the time, this buffalo is probably just going to be shooting HE at us anyway. So it's really not that big of a deal. Doesn't matter about angling too much to him. But we've managed to move forward to make it to where the Odin couldn't shoot us anymore. So now we can limit who can shoot us, and that is just the buffalo. We put out the double fire, anticipating that he's going to potentially be able to set more fires, and we do have fight fire with fire on, so if he does get 3 fires, then we're fine. Now we go dark here, and remember, using the terrain to your advantage. Watch what this guy starts to do. He wants to get those guns involved. He's got broadsides all day, and I'm just sitting here waiting. He can't see us, and he opens up the angle too much. Bismarck gets one of the most accurate salvos you've ever seen out of a Bismarck, and pop goes the weasel. Yeah, you love to see it. Down goes a huge DPM cruiser, and we are feeling much more confident. Our team has managed to consolidate their firepower on the left flank. We are holding fast against the right flank, and now we have Battleship in the middle, which is a Vanguard. So we know there's an Odin on the right. We know that there's an Iowa potentially on the right, though the Iowa hasn't shown up in a while. I wonder why that is. Iowa was coming all the way across the map to come over to this side, but hasn't been spotted in quite a while. The Odin, we know, is still here. We know the Vanguard's in the middle, and we know that the left flank is being held up by the team pretty well, right? So at this point, it's our goal to try to put some fire on that Odin to make sure that he's not able to just sit there and crossfire our guys, and that's when the second ship gets spotted in the middle. And guess who that second ship is? The Iowa. The Iowa doubled all the way back just to go up the middle. And here we get a shot at the Odin. Again, not the best shot in the world. Probably should have aimed a little bit higher there. But I'm just trying to get some damage downrange. Now here, I know that if that Vanguard or Iowa pushes out of this gap, I am going to be able to murder them. Neither of them can take that broadside gap, okay? I'm in the perfect position to defend from them. Our Cleveland moves up to be a lot closer so that he can protect himself from those battleships, obviously. Doesn't want to put himself in a position to be yeeted by the Iowa or the Vanguard. So we back up. We've got rear turrets available for the Odin. We have the secondaries going as well. So we're going to go ahead and get a shot here one last time at the Odin, paying attention to the minimap. What I want these guys to do is see me fighting this Odin and commit to coming out, right? That was the goal. And fortunately for us, one of them takes the bait. And one of the things that you definitely do not want to do when you're in this map is to underestimate your enemy when you're the one coming out of the gap, right? Now here, I am spotted. He should see me, but he's going a little bit too ham. He's committed, and in Iowa, we already know it's a big ship, right? It's almost 900 feet long. It's very large, very fast, and very hard to stop. And so easily here, he starts to come around the corner. Probably should have waited just a little bit longer here. We'd already seen him fire, so we didn't need to rush that. If I waited a little bit longer, we maybe get a better first salvo. But still, one Citadel on him, absolutely punched him in the mouth. He gets a shot on us, doesn't do anything because we're angled. Remember, he didn't aim for our superstructure, even though everybody knows that, you know, if you're up against a German battleship or an American battleship and they're angled, you go for superstructure. But not only does he not angle or not shoot me correctly, but he just stays broadside. And that's going to be a death sentence. You cannot sit in an Iowa flat broadside to any battleship. Okay? Doesn't matter. Even with the inaccuracy of a Bismarck, even Bismarck struggles to miss inside 5 kilometers. I'm just saying. Like, and you've got the improved pin angles now. Like, it wouldn't have mattered. I mean, that guy was flat broadside. There was no need for improved pin angles. But this thing has been buffed over and over. Well, the original Bismarck has been over and over through the years. So it's a solid contender. Especially on smaller maps like this. Especially in a defensible location like we've been in for the entire game. Now we come out. We've got the Odin. We managed to protect the cruiser. Now we're going back to defending the flank, right? The Vanguard is going to end up ramming the guy that's in the middle, or the guy that's in the middle goes in and rams the Vanguard, whatever. Either way, they ram each other. And that leaves just an Odin and the Destroyer. So we're going to put ourselves into a relatively compromised position here, but it's an Odin. It's 305mm guns. Yes, he can punch me. Absolutely. He's going to have a faster reload than me as well. But I'm not that scared of him. This guy has not shown me anything that tells me that he's a threat. Not really, anyway. So he gets 1 penetration there for 3,100. He comes out, and then he goes full broadside in front of me. For reasons, I guess. It's like, just get it over with at this point. And, of course, those shells go extremely high. We do fire the front guns just in time. We lose 1 turret, but we are going to get a good solid hit. 6,900. Nice. And, yeah, that's going to do it for him as the Buffalo manages to finish him off. Now, we're just going to turn towards the enemy base and start heading towards that direction. We don't know where the Destroyer is, but the Destroyer has never been spotted. And it's a Friesland. So, where could he be? Unfortunately, it turns out that he was AFK. So we're going to speed up time, let the end of this game come up a little bit quicker for you guys as we close in on the enemy base and end up inevitably getting a chance to shoot at the Destroyer at the very end. But let me know what you guys think. Did you guys enjoy this? I thoroughly enjoyed this match. This was my first game that I played tonight. Opie actually played a few games tonight on my account because she just wanted to try out some new ships. So I let her play on my account, but we ended up having a little back and forth about the Bismarck, and so I decided to be a little bit cheeky and take out the Bismarck and show her just what I can do with it, despite the fact that I'm not a big fan of it. But we hit the Friesland with a solid shot there, and we get our high caliber, so it was worth coming over here to get the shot, even if that's about all we're going to get out of this. But we end up finishing with 191 secondary hits, 49 targets hit with the mains, 5 citadels, 1 kill, a dev strike, a high caliber, and 151,000 damage done. So a really solid showing out of the Bismarck B, top of the leaderboard. Buffalo, like I said, coming in a solid second. Me and him easily carried this team to a victory. But let me know what you guys think, and if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.